Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you had an amazing holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or not. I hope you had an amazing weekend, and it's been a good month for all of us, right? I really hope so, and despite every tribulations, we overcome them all. And so, I am making this today's video as a little thank you to everyone, and apologies to myself as well for not making it to the 1K subscribers by the end of the year. Truly, it's hasn't been an easy road when it comes to work and my personal life to try to put out videos. And as you know, Black Clover doesn't release there's a lot of content I usually like to cover, so it's pretty hard to come up with video ideas often. Along with that, I try to put out videos sometimes, but I just don't have the time. So I do apologize for that, for my videos and so forth. But I know we still have fun nonetheless to discussing certain things that should be discussed and talking about Black Clover when it's time, and that's good. And also, although I didn't make the 1K subscribers this year, I have no doubt I'm gonna make it next year. And following next year, I will try my best to put out more videos and talk more about Black Clover and potentially more series like Black Clover, right? Um, so yeah, apologies guys for not putting as much videos as possible. Black Clover is under the radar a lot as of late, and there's not much creators talking about it. So I feel like there's a pressure on me to at least try a little bit more in that regard. But at the same time, it's not that easy. At the end of the day, I've seen growth, and I'm glad for that. And I want to thank you guys so much for your unwavering support, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and helping me grow this far, right? We didn't make the 1K, but we are really close to 1K subscribers, and that's a journey, that's growth, and that's good, right? So thank you guys very much for that much. Yeah, so today's video, a little fun one. I've been having this heated debate. There's been a heated debate on Twitter as of late about the power of Lucifero in Black Clover and where he scales right now. And it's been almost 2 years now, and some people still believe that Lucifero is one of the heavy hitters in the series. And don't get me wrong, he is. He is still up for the top shooters in the series. His power is not like dwindled to that of like first arc villains or so. He is still strong in his own right. He's still like at least top 20 in the verse, top 10 arguably, right? Well, that's debatable, but yeah, he is still strong. But a lot of people are misconcepted totally as to where his power lies, right? Some people still believe that he far outscales the paladins and he is still a force to reckon with in comparison to Lucius and all that sort, that being his 100% form. And trust me guys, I used to believe the same thing. I used to believe that they still haven't surpassed 100% Lucifero, right? I used to believe that Asta still hasn't surpassed him. But if you take into account the feats, the statements, and everything, you go over and you reread certain things and look in between the lines, Lucifero has been surpassed. He has been surpassed by some of a handful of characters in the series, and it's insane to think about that we just left him back in the arc, and after all the foreshadowing and the build up to him being one of the strongest forces in nature and being able to destroy the world and all that build up, all the expectations, especially with his name being Lucifero. In fiction, he's been depicted as some of the strongest gods in fiction all over in magical series and so forth. So we like to believe that Lucifero would be that guy in Black Clover, but apparently he's not. He's just the king of the Cleaver tree, as simple as that, right? He's not a god tier or anything of the sort, and that's what is really hard for us to cement in us, or at least some of us, right? So yeah, Lucifer is still a heavy hitter, guys, but he's not that strong anymore in the series, right? Devil power in general is not that strong as it used to be. We used to believe that devil power was a pinnacle of strength in Black Clover, but that's no longer the case, guys. We've seen the introduction of the Ryuzen with the Zeten, right? And now Zeten is now far surpassed that of devil power, right? It's a multiplier that builds that boosts your magical power 50 times higher and so forth, right? With that far exceeds devil power, right? And we also get the indication of sacred power, that being devil power that's purified. We get that through the likes of Lucius. That power far surpasses devil power, right? That's through the paladins. So a few characters have far surpassed Lucifero, guys, and there are many statements, there are many feats that proves this, right? This I want to keep this video short, but a good example too, guys, is the reason. There are a handful of there are members of the reason that exceeds, that far surpasses Lucifero. Higher than 50% Lucifero, that is, and that's even the likes of like Ichika and Yosuga. They scale to Asta, a partial devil union Asta, that which surpasses 100% Lucifero, because that 100% Lucifero was incarnated into Lucius, and that Lucius had trouble with partial devil union Asta. That right there indicates that far much that has surpassed that level of Lucifero, right? And he is going up against the likes of Ryuzen, using that said power. So arguably, obviously, right there, the Ryuzen scales higher than Lucifer. And I know it's baffling me to be right. We like to think that Ryuzens are just some random captain level tier mages in another country, but look at it this way: like in Bleach, like you have the Squad Zero members, they're god tiers, right? Think of the Ryuzen like them, right? They're god tiers. The Ryuzen members are not just some normal captain level mages. They are using Z10. That technique far surpasses what a devil contract grants you, depending on the level of mastery. And the Zetten, the Ryuzen members have mastered Zetten, right? So right there, the Ryuzen members, they far surpass Lucifero in terms of their techniques and so forth, especially like Ichika and Yosugo. Their battle prowess is much higher than Lucifero, right? The force of like the sound magic user, his power output far surpasses Lucifero and so forth. It's insane to think about, but trust me, these Ryuzen members are really god tier in terms of strength, and they surpass Lucifero, and it's insane to think about. And even the likes of the top 5 mages in the Clover Kingdom right now, like Marilena, Yami, Asta, they far surpass Lucifero. And those are the characters that are on the level of like the higher ranked paladins. Higher ranked paladins, I split them in 2 scenarios based on, of course, the boost that granted them by the devil that they're incarnate with, and the sacred power boost, right? There are a few paladins that rank much higher, like the likes of Morgan, Paladin Natio, and Paladin Lily. Those paladins were granted the power of the lower levels, the higher level Cleafort trees, right? And with their sacred power that they granted to them by Lucius, that power obviously is going to grant them much power greater than Lucifero. So they are much higher than Lucifero, right? And as for the like lower tier paladins, like I don't know, Paladin Uriel, Paladin Heath, they've been given either no devil or a lower ranked devil with sacred power. That boost probably just leaves them at least 50% Lucifer power. They're as strong as Lucifer, but not as strong as like 100% more. So right, the paladins are like on Lucifer tier, higher or a bit lower, right? The paladins either far surpass him or at least surpass 50% of him. That's where the paladins lie. So the paladins are god tier fighters. Following the paladins, we have the reason that far surpasses Lucifero, right? And then after that, you could probably put Lucifero right there. That's where he power caps. And then after Lucifero, you have like the likes of the Lucius clones. They're the next strongest forces in the Clover Kingdom. And after that, you have the Archangels and whatever, right? And in between him and Lucius clone, you have a few characters that probably scale to his 50% form. I wouldn't like to get into that all now, but trust me, that's where Lucifer scales right now. There are a few paladins that far surpasses him. There are a few mages that far surpasses him, like Asta, Marilena, Yami, and so forth. And the whole of the Ryuzen members, right? And so yeah, Lucifer is surpassed. He's not like this top 3 in the verse anymore. He's not top 1 in the verse like he used to be in the Spade arc. He is far surpassed right now. And yeah, that's what I just want you guys to just understand that, hey, he's still a heavy hitter, but we need to limit what we used to think of him back then. Devil power has far been surpassed. Now with the introduction of sacred power, the paladins, and so forth, and Zetten, blackclover's power scaling has gone to a different level. So yeah, that's what I would like to discuss with you guys today. Yeah, for some of you that believe that Lucifero is still one of the heavy hitters in the series, still not surpassed by some of the top 5s in the series, yeah, this video is for you guys. As for anybody who believes in this idea that Lucifero is not top 10 or top 5 in the series anymore, leave a like, subscribe. And if you did believe that he was the gladiator and I changed your mind in this video, um, tell me how you guys think about it. Leave your thoughts on it below. And if you're still not convinced, go ahead and watch Broku's video on the reason versus Lucifero. It was like a year ago. That could probably further convince you more. But yeah, you get the gist. Yeah, without further ado, guys, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you guys New Year. When that time comes, have a happy New Year, guys, and I wish you all the best to come.